everybody, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Scott. Welcome to the Almost Friday show for July 22nd, 2010.
We're starting it off by talking about some more new Thor photos.
And then Dave's going to tell us about the last Scott Pilgrim book in the series called Finest Hour.
So if you've been following it, you might be very sad because, well, it's come to an end.
But the movie's coming out in a couple weeks, so hopefully this will get you pumped up.
Some extra happiness.
My girlfriend read it. She said it was good, awesome. I don't know. She's read like 100 times.
She reads.
Yeah, it's
not a skill either one of us have picked up well.
No.
But we are going to be talking about Netflix coming to Canada.
Finally.
Which is sweet, because maybe we'll get some access to American shows we didn't have before.
Plus, if it comes, I'm officially canceling cable. I will go there. Then we're going behind the lens, and we're talking about Sony's new video camera with interchangeable lenses. The first one on the market that's all like, use the sweet lens.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting.
It's exciting. I think it's the beginning of a new era of video cameras, probably.
And then in science, we're going to be talking about Sean's exoskeleton enhancement device. I'm terrified of adding robots to people. It's just it's bad news in the making.
Or great news in the making. Think about it. You'll never have to get up again.
Well, never mind. We'll bring it up later.
Yes. And then we've got an extra special lull of the week.
Which we don't really want to tell you about yet, but
Bum's the word.
But it'll be good. Or ridiculous. Or you know what, just wait for it.
Rigudulous.
But without further ado, it's time for Off the Press. Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Press. We're starting off with some more comic movie photos, because we like to do that a lot.
We really like to do that.
Costumes are fun and stuff, I guess. So tell us about the pictures we're looking at today.
This week, a whole bunch of Thor pictures have come out, probably because of Comic-Con, which we will have more coverage of next week. So the first one, which is kind of really exciting, shows the throne room in Asgard, and Odin's right there in the middle. Looks really awesome.
Every time I keep seeing these new pictures, I really don't like the art direction they've gone in for this. I find it's too modern and not enough medieval, I suppose. I mean, obviously Thor's not specifically medieval because he didn't really have a time reference. But I find like the fact that all the suits are all shiny and like almost Iron Man-like, I think it's taking away from the sort of Norse god feel that I vision in my head when I think of Thor.
But I think they're also going
as like chewing meat off bones and punching through walls made of wood and things like that.
Well, I think they're also going for a sort of somewhere in between the Marvel 616 and the Ultimate Universe thing, because.
So I guess when he's standing next to the other comic book superheroes, and not like, dude, you should update your clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the
chainmail, what?
In the Ultimate Universe, he was wearing like really modern kind of random glowy shit.
Okay.
So. Maybe that's the direction they're going, which leads very well into this next picture that also came out this week, which shows...
it's a dude with a hammer.
The dude with a hammer, but it's not Donald Blake.
Okay.
It's Thor with the hammer.
You're going to have to fill me in on that one. Who's Donald Blake?
Donald Blake is Thor's...
alter ego?
Yeah, like Peter Parker type thing. He's supposed to be a doctor, so kind of like nerdy, kind of scrawny guy. Not big... strong Thor.
So he's playing Thor in this picture where he's pulling the hammer out, but he's all dressed in street clothes.
Exactly.
So it's slightly confusing photo.
Kind of, but also in the Ultimate Universe, there wasn't really a Donald Blake. There kind of was. There's Thor. Thor was like, he's just a crazy hippie dude, maybe, or
with a hammer,
or he's an actual superhero. We don't really know.
Well, either way, they're doing a great job at slowly leaking out little bits of information about this movie. By the time the movie comes around, we'll have seen all of it in thumbnails.
In stills, yeah. So I'm really excited.
We'll just have to flip through our tabs really fast, and that's how we can watch the movie.
Yep.
But if maybe movies aren't your thing and you like video games, especially video game animation, I suppose, StarCraft 2 came out with a new trailer. Scott thinks that trailers for video games are silly because it's a video game and not a movie.
But then
I'm kind
Blizzard. It's Blizzard.
Yeah.
All their trailers are awesome.
So that is the nice thing about this trailer. You should check it out. Very nice art style to it. Pretty decent storytelling as well. Blizzard likes to do that.
I'm not sure if this is true or not, but some people I follow on Twitter are like, oh yeah, about a third of that trailer is actually made with like the in-game engine, and a third of it is rendered 3D. So that's unconfirmed. I will find out for show notes.
All right.
So we'll roll part of that trailer now.
Sure.
Sir, Dominion ships warping in.
Sweet mother of mercy.
About time we kick this revolution into overdrive. Feels like old times already.
The answers you seek lie within.
Jim Raynor represents a clear and present threat to this Dominion.
Prince Valeria, we have Zerg attack waves incoming.
Kerrigan. What's she after? She's come to finish the job.
So I was just a little part of the trailer. Check out the full thing. It's about 2.5 minutes long.
Yep.
It's worth watching if you liked what you saw. So a little bit of San Diego Comic-Con news. Just some small stuff right now.
Joss Whedon does Avengers. It's official now. That's it. It's the first day of Comic-Con, so not much has been announced. But what's kind of even more exciting than Joss Whedon doing Avengers? The new Tron trailer. That's something we also like to cover a lot in this segment.
We all have large hard-ons for Tron. It's undeniable.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I'd like to point out that you'll see in the clip here, they've done a really good job at making
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, thank you. Jeff Bridges look a lot younger than he really is, because he plays sort of two characters in this movie, his real-life character and his sort of evil alter ego, I suppose. But either way, check out this awesome little snippet of the Tron trailer.
What am I supposed to do?
Sembaran. Your father was the creator.
What do I find?
Make it there alive, and he'll find you. Here they come!
Your move, Flynn.
So again, that was just a small segment of the trailer, and you should go watch the whole thing because it's rather epic, even to the very end. Stay till after the credits, more or less, because there's
Yeah.
a little tiny sneak clip,
Which
and
looks
it's
awesome.
awesome. But we got a little bit more
Here's
strange
something
news, I
a
suppose,
little bit less interesting than Thor or than Tron, but not that much less interesting. This
or
is
more interesting, depending on whether you like
way
marine
more
biology.
interesting. So this comes from the sci-fi made-for-TV movies section. Sharktopus.
Hang on, let me explain this for you. It's a shark and an octopus together. Half shark, half octopus. Sharktopus.
Is that where my experiment got to?
Something like that.
Apparently, yeah.
But now he's really angry and he's killing lots of people because damn well he can.
so-
He's got huge jaws and
water
friggin',
land.
apparently he doesn't need water to breathe anymore.
It's okay.
It's
Okay.
preposterous.
All right. So this says coming soon. It's going to be made by Syfy, which means it's going to be awful, but awfully entertaining.
Yeah, it's pretty much everything terrible in a made-for-TV movie,
Well,
which might actually make it everything great in a TV movie, except it's missing rapping Shaq Sharkness. But that's a whole other boat,
and
literally.
we'll see what happens when this comes out soon.
Well, that wraps up Off the Press this week. Stay out of the water, because apparently sharktopuses exist now.
Welcome to From the Gutters. I'm Dave,
I'm Sam.
and this week we're reviewing Volume 6 of Scott Pilgrim, His Finest Hour. Or just Finest Hour, my apologies. So, in this one, we are finishing up the story. We reviewed the rest of them previously in March, I want to say.
Maybe?
Maybe a little later. It was when Doctor Who was starting up, at any rate. And in the first 5 books, he's starting the battle of the seven evil ex-boyfriends, which he has to win. And there's just one left. At the end of the 5th book, he ended up fighting the twins.
Yeah.
And in this one, all we have left is Gideon. And he's going through this whole crisis of, do I really... Ramona leaves.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm out of here. And Scott is like...
Oh my god.
I want her, I don't want her, I don't need her, I want her, I need her, I don't, and he's having this whole crisis thing. So he goes on a nature sabbatical. And eventually the story comes to an end. An interesting ending, I thought. What did you think of the ending?
The ending or the final battle? The ending I thought was satisfying.
Yes.
It's a satisfying ending. I'm sure if I spoiled it, no one really cared because know how it ends, but I'm not going to spoil it anyway, just in case the one or two of you that actually care.
Well, you know what? We've had a lot of people asking whether we have this in store, but we don't because it's sold out.
That doesn't surprise me.
We got a large number of copies. We got 25 copies, and I was like, wow, we got more. Hey, we got more. Hey, we got some Scott Pilgrim. And it's sold out in 3 days.
Yeah, I heard it was selling out everywhere this week. So.
Yeah. So. The writing, the art is done by the same guy, Brian Lee O'Malley. He's the same guy who's written and illustrated the rest of them.
Yep.
And it was nice. It showed a little bit of consistency, but it also showed something that I thought was very interesting and something that was, for me, very satisfying, some growth in Scott Pilgrim. It's neat. It's neat.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite character, Knives Chow, she shows a little bit of growth too.
Yeah.
In that she turns 18, so she grew. Anyway.
Yeah.
What do you What ultimately? I guess what does it come down to? What do you give it? What grade do you give this?
B+, because there's nothing spectacular about the writing or the art, but as a whole complete storyline, it's really good, and you want to keep reading it because it's funny and it's got a lot of like good action, plot, and romantic stuff. So, yeah, B+.
You know, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna give it the same grade. I'm gonna give it a B+.
Cool.
It showed some very nice advancements. It was not surprising. It was not anything like that, but it was good. It was a good ending, and it was well done. It wasn't spectacular.
No. It was a good read. I would probably read it again.
I also don't find it as quotable as the other books were.
No, definitely not.
So it was so B+, and I recommend at $11.99. It's a little more expensive than this format book typically is, but I would say worth $11.99 U.S. price point.
Yep.
That's about it this week from the gutters.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of From G's to Gents. Today we're starting with Sean.
Word.
And now, the news.
All right, folks, it's Tech Insight time. There's exciting Canadian news this week for a change that almost never happens. We don't get good things in the tech world.
It's because we live in a forest.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good way of putting it. We do, and that's why we get crap.
Yeah.
So Netflix has announced this week that they're going to be offering streaming services in Canada. Finally! Starting in the fall, we don't know of an official service date yet. No DVD delivery in the mail, nor are they planning to offer it.
It's again because we live in a forest.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to find the address, by the redwood tree. It just doesn't work.
They don't like to deliver to P.O. boxes, and that's like 70% of our population.
That's fair. So, would you buy Netflix streaming? Let's say it's the same price, let's say it's $9 a month.
Yeah, I would.
So my concern, and I don't know whether it's going to be a legitimate concern because we don't know what's happening yet, is that iTunes, when it finally came to Canada, was like, great, now you can buy episodes of Corner Gas. And I was like, oh.
Great, I can see that every day on CBC.
Yeah.
All the time.
He does have a good point, though.
We really got shafted.
CTV.
We really got shafted by iTunes, and it's same with the music store, and it's same with iBooks. We don't get a lot of the books either, mostly because of licensing issues,
Which get extremely more complicated in Canada when it comes to American content in Canada, because the Canadian networks buy exclusive rights to American content, which is why you see American shows on one network and nowhere else.
But I think it's a very good, very, very, very valid worry, because the CRTC wanting a lot of Canadian content, but would they have domain?
Okay, that's TV shows. What about movies?
Yeah.
Well, that's a completely different issue in terms of licensing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people use Netflix for the movies as opposed to TV shows. Now, personally, I would be using it to replace my TV service.
Yeah, and that's the same with me.
But even in the States, they are delayed to get the Netflix episodes as opposed to when they are on TV. It's sometimes up to 2-3 weeks. So it's not a realistic replacement for TV. But would you be interested in $8.99? Watch as many movies as you want.
To be honest, not really. I'm really a movie buff, and so I'm the kind of guy who wants to watch the Blu-ray copy for the extra resolution, and I like having, you know, the better picture quality. So I know that the content from the internet's not going to be as good. I mean, it can't be. You know, even if you're watching a high definition feed of it, it's still going to be a fraction of what Blu-ray is going to be.
720p compressed audio for sure.
So for me, you know, I probably wouldn't care too much for the movies. I'm really more interested, like you said, for replacing television, and that's, again, if it's going to be that I can watch things like Burn Notice, which you can't see in Canada, and other American shows. So if they can bring the American roster of TV shows, now, even so much to the extent of stuff that we can't see yet.
I think what you're going to see is you're going to be able to watch what you can watch on television now in Canada. I don't think you should not expect to see series that are not in Canada brought to Canada. I don't think that Netflix is even going to try and do that.
No.
Okay.
But I would be happy if I could just go online and watch anything I can watch on my networks.
Yeah.
If CTV is carrying, 24 is done, let's say 24 is still going, if I could go on Netflix and watch 24, even if it's 2 weeks late, I would rather do that.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's not available in Canada, then I shouldn't really expect it on a Canadian Netflix service. But I think if they can keep up with the networks in terms of content, that would be good. One last thing I just want to comment on. 2 days after Netflix went ahead and mentioned their service to Canada, Rogers lowered their internet caps. Obviously applies to only new customers. So if you're an existing customer at your cap, they can't change it to you.
That's what they said the second time.
But
that's what they said the first time.
This affects their light service and their extreme service. So that's kind of the two main tiers have been dropped by 10 gigs each, I think. It's in the show notes if you want to check it out. But no comment from Rogers as to why at all. No, like, this is for network restructuring or something. Just,
you know,
by the way.
It's funny, too, because I wouldn't feel like it'd be like, well, there's going to be all these new people that are going to suddenly sign up for internet because Netflix is coming. It's like, really? You don't have internet yet? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I don't know what they're aiming for there.
Rogers has done this a few times in the past. And me and Sam have been unfortunate enough to be in that group that was not supposed to be affected.
But you know what?
But they grandfathered us over to it.
To Rogers and to all internet service providers, seriously, if you're going down, you're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. You want business? Go up.
If your caps go up and your prices go up, I'm okay with that as a customer. As long as it's not outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
But like, okay, yeah, I'm giving you more bandwidth, but I'm also going to charge you more. No choice to you. Well, that's the Canadian market, but at least I'm getting more for my dollar.
We're not getting less for the same money.
Exactly. Get your act together. It makes no
so
damn sense.
So if any of you from Rogers are listening, Tech Pimp, gonna bust your head in. Right, I went there.
We went there.
Speaking of tech bling, HP has finally brought this slate back to life. It is going to have Windows 7, and it's for the Enterprise.
Neat.
That's right, folks.
When did they launch?
I have no idea.
So if you work on a Starship, it's for you?
Not the Starship Enterprise.
Oh,
yes, but no. So if you work for a big HP's basically saying, yeah, we're still going to make the slate. It's still going to have Windows and be the exact same product. We're not selling it to consumers.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so even if we want it, we can't have it.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you can buy most HP business products. Everyone runs a small business.
Staples, all right.
But no big word, just that, yes, they're still making the slate. Yes, it's still Windows 7. Which is, I was kind of semi-excited about it, maybe.
Well, it could be.
It's good that HP announced it, Microsoft confirmed it, and they're still making it, because otherwise it would make both companies look retarded.
Yeah.
So it's still there. Don't look for it on Best Buy shelves anytime ever.
No.
HP has also recently announced some more stuff about Palm, since they officially own Palm now. That acquisition all went through earlier in the month.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to keep the Palm brand alive, which,
that's good.
no big surprise. Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They're going to do like when they bought Compact. They're going to keep the Compact name on everything. They're going to keep the Palm name on everything, which makes sense. It carries big brand weight in the market, even though no one has them. Everyone's still like, oh, Palm.
But those who did have it are super loyal to it.
And even those who don't, I've never owned a Palm device. I love that company.
Yes.
They've made so many breakthroughs. Just when I hear Palm, I'm like, yeah, I like Palm.
Because of the memories. It's great memories.
Good for HP for doing that. And they're going to release WebOS version 2.0 before the end of the year.
Ah.
And I'm thinking that's a big jump for their tablet.
I think so.
They're going to make up the difference between what WebOS is now and what they need it to be for a slate in that 2.0 upgrade.
Definitely.
Because it's not ready to be on a tablet right now.
No, it's still too much
at the
of a
base
smartphone.
level or at the UI level, realistically.
Yeah.
I think you guys would
Definitely.
Yes,
I
I
agree.
like the operating system, but I think it will
yeah.
be too limiting as a computer at this point.
Not
Yeah.
to mention that it's not physically possible to run on
Yeah.
the same architecture.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see that's basically what the 2.0 is looking at. There's no announced phones. So I think the 2.0 is kind of like we're ready for a tablet. So hopefully we'll see a tablet from HP for consumers with WebOS before the next iPad comes out.
But someone who is announcing phones is the people that have decided to actually continue making phones for Windows Phone 7 phones.
So Microsoft's kind of been like, we really got to get our act together with this Windows Phone thing. So they're coming out and saying, we have manufacturers that are going to make them for us. There will actually be phones for you to buy. There is a list, a rather decent list.
They don't look bad.
Asus.
Okay.
They don't make very many phones right now, so that's not a big plus.
No.
Dell. They don't make any phones right now.
But Dell has tried in the past. They tried doing the...
They had like a iPad
sort of thing, yeah.
And they do have the Streak, the 5-inch tablet coming out soonish.
Yeah, that's true.
But you guys have seen the Dell Pix.
Yeah.
They look like some sexy phones.
They do, yeah. They actually look rather... they look really good. It'll be interesting to see how well everything just gets integrated.
Yeah, I'm excited because I think where Dell has always fallen short is not the hardware, but just...
software.
I don't know, there's only so much you can please with a laptop.
Yeah.
Right? But Windows Phone 7 is really tight, and if they even get like mediocre hardware out there that looks pretty, it's going to be good.
Definitely.
So I'm looking forward to see some cool stuff from Dell. Plus, they last forever.
That's true.
Big names now: HTC, LG, Samsung. They've been making phones for years. They're the big names.
I'm excited to see what HTC is going to bring out because they're the biggest one right now.
They're making all the cool Android handsets: the Evo, the Hero.
I think it'll be, I'm really just excited because now that we have another operating system on the market, it just always drives a neat phone, like actual device.
Absolutely.
So this could get really, really interesting
Now, see,
in the way things are going to work.
I think where this is going to get really cool is Android. Now, Windows Phone and Android are going to be right at it. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is going to change the iPhone whatsoever.
No.
Because it's
not... Steve Jobs still believes in what Steve Jobs is doing.
Exactly, and it's not really comparable. Apple does their whole, we're Apple, we're over here.
We're in our own sandbox.
We don't care what you do, we just care what we do.
Exactly. Whereas Microsoft and Google have always been more direct competitive companies.
Mm-hmm.
You make that, oh yeah, well I'm making this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better, same thing. So I think that's going to be really exciting. Plus they both run on unique hardwares, like tons of different manufacturers. So the manufacturers can in fact make one phone that could possibly run both OSs.
Yeah,
which is an even cooler choice.
Yeah.
Yes, I love the Evo 4G. I would like one with Windows Phone 7, please.
Yeah.
Then we can dual boot them.
So I think that's going to get really exciting, especially if you're a geek.
Yeah, this is going to be really neat.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that.
But speaking of Apple, if you have an iPhone and you've been waiting for Skype to be multitask supporting like they said forever ago, it's happened, finally.
Yes. It is officially available if you have a 3GS or a 4. You can have your multitasking officially. Oh. And basically, Skype will run in the background. So as long as you have Skype running, people can call you.
Yeah.
And it'll come up like
people
it's a call.
Can text you.
You can get Skype Messenger, like the built-in messenger, apart from actual SMSs.
Yeah.
So basically, full multifunctioning Skype functionality, which to me makes the iPhone 4 a lot more attractive.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're not losing your signal every,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll
steps.
be good just from the sake that you can be doing stuff on your phone at home, even when you're on Wi-Fi, and be able to get calls from people overseas, relatives, stuff like that, and not have to worry about whether am I going to miss that call because I'm not sitting there with that application running.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very true.
Which is what I was thinking because when we went to Toronto last weekend, I was like, oh, we can just use Skype. 3G calling's free. We have free data across the country.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we got to keep that app running all the time. And
surprise, I've tried it with Skype. If you actually have your phone in sleep with the Skype app open,
doesn't work.
It doesn't reliably work.
Yeah.
Ah.
It kind of half almost maybe does, but no, it doesn't. So good for you, Skype. Also, they've announced that remember we talked about before, they were going to have that, we're going to charge for 3G calling in the spring.
Yeah?
No, they're not.
Awesome.
Finally, that makes some sense. You still have to pay for your packets, your data.
That's fine.
We already are.
And if you're making phone calls that, to landlines and stuff, you still have to pay for that.
Yes, you still have to pay the Skype voice minutes. But if I'm making a Skype-to-Skype call on my iPhone and I'm on 3G data, free. So thank you, Skype, for making the right choice. Why did you even announce that in the first place?
Yep.
I don't know. Someone was thinking it, and then someone else was like,
Done. Let's do it. Let's make some money.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then all of us Skype devotees were all like, what?
Yeah,
And-
I'm done with you, Skype. And
And then they sat there and went, you know what? That's kind of mean. We should go back. And they did. We're happy again.
it's only because Tech Pimp went out there with his cane.
He caned the crap out of them.
It was
skip
nasty.
it.
We had footage, but then it got confiscated because, well, if we showed you, there'd be legal ramifications.
And we don't want that.
And it was kind of gory.
We like our Tech Pimp.
Yes. So from all of us here at the Almost Friday Show and the Tech Pimp, that's all we've got for Tech Inside this week. We're moving on to Behind the Lens. Hey everybody, welcome to Behind the Lens. This week we got some new camera announcements.
Yeah, I don't have a camera to show you. Or
But
some
it
gear
is
to
that
show you.
time of year. There hasn't been some new cameras announced for a
Yeah,
while,
so we got about 6 cameras to talk about. Not going to go into them too crazy amount, but we are going to start off with Sony's NEX VG10, which I talked about previously that they were going to make a interchangeable lens video camera using their own lenses, and
Which,
this is what it is.
As video guys, Quinn and I have been pretty excited about since we saw the initial press release.
Yeah, so this guy's going to retail for about $2,000, which isn't bad considering that lens alone is worth about $600.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's an interchangeable lens camera, so it's going to use Sony's E-mount lenses, which is the series on their other NEX cameras right now. You will obviously be able to get an adapter and use their A-mount lenses. It's recording in obviously full high definition, 24 megabits per second, which is standard for pretty much any professional or consumer level video cameras under the $5,000 mark for bit rates. What's really cool is we'll bring up that picture again, and if you check out the mic on the top, they're using, there was a fancy name for it, but it's some sort of quad array microphone. What it's doing is it's actually 4 different mics in that area that are all pointed in different directions to try and achieve very good, basically 5.1 surround sound.
As best as can be done in that way.
But, you know, better than the little tiny 5.1s that you see on the video camera.
Well, yeah, where they have that little flat mic cover with 5 holes in it, and they're like 5.1 Dolby.
Pretty much. We did see a little bit of demo footage that Engadget had put up. It didn't look like it had that sort of soft focus that you get with like the DSLRs, but again, it was very quickly done in a low light room, and I'm not sure if it really achieved what it could. A lot of people are going to be complaining that $2,000 is too much for it, but honestly, I think that's the appropriate price point for something with interchangeable lenses.
What does a 5D Mark II cost? That's the competing product. Really.
Well, you're looking at $2,700 for that, and that's, you know, without a lens. So-
Exactly. So I really, if you want to do that kind of video shooting, I think it's a bargain.
Absolutely.
Realistically, at this point in the market.
So that's supposed to be coming out in September. So if you are looking forward to it, you can pre-order it from various sources now, and I'll probably have it on the set if I can in September to talk about it. Next up, Fuji announced a couple of new cameras this week. 3 new cameras.
Point and shoots?
Point and shoots, yeah. Fuji's moved out of the DSLR market. They had a couple a while back, but have really stepped down from that. The big one is the F300 EXR. I have its younger brother, the F200. The big thing about this guy is it is using their EXR sensor, which we've talked about before being really good in low light. But this one has a 15 times optical zoom, which is quite impressive. But they've tried to keep the sensor as large as possible to still improve that low light capability that the F200 had. So I'm looking forward to this guy. I don't have a price point on the rest of these cameras for you, unfortunately, but they're expected in around the September timeframe as well. Cool. Photokina is happening in September, so we'll probably start to see all that stuff actually get brought out and
more
for sale.
price,
All the full specs are available now, but pricing and actual availability will probably be as of Photokina. They also came out with the new S2800 HD, which is their entry-level large zoom camera. It's got 18 times optical zoom, and they're toting it as the smallest 18 times optical zoom camera on the market. Nothing too spectacular about it, just, you know, some new features, that sort of thing. And then they've also brought out the Z800 EXR, which is their touchscreen sort of slider phone that has the pop-down lens that doesn't come out sort of setup. Now, what's interesting about these cameras is that they're using an entirely well, not a new type of autofocus system, but a different type of autofocus system. A lot of point and shoots are really slow when you're using it for autofocusing because it uses what's called contrast detect autofocus, where it tries to gauge what the focus point is based on contrasting images in the that it sees, which unfortunately is slow, but works a little better in low light because it's easier to distinguish in low light. What SLRs use is what's called phase detection autofocus, which is sort of like a beam system, and it's why they focus so quickly. So Fuji has actually put both types of focusing systems in these cameras so that when you have optimal light, it's using phase detection, so it's focusing as quick and sometimes faster than SLRs focus.
Awesome.
And then when you're in low light, it's going back to contrast detect.
So you kind of get the best of both worlds between image quality and
yeah, so I'm really excited to see how these guys are going to perform because they should be really quick for autofocus, which is one of the biggest downfalls to most point and shoots now. Panasonic also came out with 2 new cameras. Well, they came out with a couple more than that, but only 2 of them that are really worth talking about. The big one is they've updated the LX5, which is sort of their top-end camera, competes with the G11. It's their sort of...
It's a cool-looking camera.
It's that prosumer point and shoot. The biggest downfall to the LX3 was that it only had about 2.3 times optical zoom, which is really small. This one has 3.9, which is a little bit more on course with like what the S90 from Canon does and things like that. They've also added HD video to it because the LX3 didn't have it.
720 or 1080?
720 on this one. The problem is when you try and get chips that do 1080, they tend to not be as good at actually taking pictures because they're a little bit too much jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Other than that, the camera still stayed relatively the same. The form factor is about the same. They've added a bit more of a grip to it. And it does have the option of putting on the electronic viewfinder that you can get with their GF one. So if you like the idea of having a viewfinder, you can put it on this one, which is kind of cool. It's also going to retail for $499, which is their current price point for the LX3. So if you're still looking for that high-performance camera, it's a good one to check out. Very good optics on it. The other thing they've brought out is the FZ 100, which is the update to the FZ 35, which is their sort of super zoom camera. They've been stuck recently at about 18 times optical zoom. This one now goes to 24, which is a little bit more comparable to what's out there.
Is it a little bigger?
No, it's the same size, but you know it's competing now with the 24 and 26 and 30 that Fuji and Canon and Olympus and stuff like that have.
Cool.
So they're just competing a little bit better because they were sort of the smallest of the bunch up until now. Does shoot full high definition though. This one is doing 1080p, which is kind of
nice to have on a big zoom camera.
Yeah, again designed to compete with the Nikon P100 and the Canon SX20 and stuff like that. So don't know what the price point is going to be for that guy, but again, I think we'll see both of those cameras late summer, early September kind of thing. So a bunch of new cameras for you today. If you're looking for a new one, hang on till September because there's some good stuff coming out.
So that's all we got from Behind the Lens this week. Next up, we're going to the lab because it's time for Sean's Mad Science.
Science.
It's kind of alive!
Nah, it's still dead.
Oh.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mad Science again! Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
So, if you've never seen this before, I'm Sean.
Yes, I am the illustrious Mr. Dave. I am the color commentary / straight man of this operation.
Very much so.
And Sean is also the straight man, but only in his own mind. Yo, what up? Hey, yo, you good? Yeah.
I'm also the king of France.
That's what I've heard.
So,
yes.
What we're going to talk about today. We are going to be talking about not quite a robot, but almost.
Not quite a cyborg. Now, would you consider what we're talking about here a cyborg before we really get into it?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'd say it's more just a
does a cyborg
appliance.
mean? Does a cyborg
has
mean?
to be integrated completely?
Okay. All right.
Has to be integrated. So, what we're talking about is called the Rex exoskeleton. Exoskeletons have been coming up a lot, especially you've seen a huge boom of them. We talked about them, especially after Iron Man.
Yeah.
So, powered suits and powered appliances, like whatnot for assistive uses.
Like blenders, like
exactly.
Frisbee. No, wait. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
They got exosuits for Frisbee? Damn it! I need one. I've broken so many of them.
Okay.
I also need the rack and pinion molecule so I can, wax my yo-yo. That sounds so wrong. So yeah, the Rex is actually it was created by a New Zealand. Actually, they're Scottish, but they moved to New Zealand. 2 guys named Rich Little and Robert Irving. Basically, this device is for people who are.
See Rich Little's doing something.
I know, right?
That's
what I thought.
I know everyone is actually... I'm just saying what everyone was thinking, okay?
I know. Jeez. But not everyone knows Richard Little.
Rich Little.
I
saw his brother perform when I was a cub. It was awesome.
That's pretty cool. So, anyway, both these gentlemen have been interested in engineering since they were kids. They both lived in Scotland. And when they both had a job opportunity in New Zealand, they left and went to New Zealand. However, they both have something that touches close to home for this device. This wasn't just something they said, it'd be a great idea. We should make bionic legs for people who can't walk. Both their mothers, actually, are wheelchair bound. So,
well, it's Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah. So, and also Robert Irving himself has been diagnosed with MS, so he was determining that he's going to be wheelchair bound eventually.
Geez.
So this device also hits for him.
Wow.
So,
multiple sclerosis, by the way, is what MS is, and
Yeah.
that's just sort of a slow hardening of the. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, it just destroys your system. It's not nice.
Yeah.
You stop moving eventually. But anyway, they created Rex together, and it was to be an assistive device. It's not a wheelchair replacement, but what it does is it allows people who are who use manual wheelchairs, because they have the upper body strength to do it, so they can lift themselves out of the. They're basically independent. They can lift themselves out of the wheelchair themselves and do whatever they need to do.
So they're not like at the assisted living
Exactly.
stage. They're okay. I got
Exactly.
it.
So this is designed for people like that. The gentleman who was using it, I didn't get his last name. Unfortunately, his name was Hayden in the video, which is linked in the show notes. We won't show it for you now, but it's linked in the show notes. It actually shows how his reaction to when he started using it. Essentially what you do is you jump into this thing, like you move yourself in, you strap in, and with the use of a joystick on one hand, you can walk, go forward, backwards, turn around, go side to side even, and you can go upstairs. So it's balanced enough that you can go upstairs.
Now, this is neat.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I found the motion. If I was, admittedly, if I was not able to walk, really suck, and having prosthetic device, whatever, that allowed me to walk, I would think this is cool. Still, it felt slow.
It is
kind of sluggish.
Yeah, this device, if you look at the video, is very sluggish. It's very slow. However, and this is also a first attempt. So the device isn't completely finalized yet.
It looked pretty final. It
does
look
look final.
So,
but there's supposed to be hopes for more revisions, especially if it gets more popular. Because right now it's only in New Zealand. You can't get it anywhere else in the world. So it's kind of a closed beta, you could say.
Is there even a ballpark price on this thing?
No, they didn't actually display
anything. Is it going to be with the cars, or going to be okay?
Yeah, they didn't display anything like that.
Okay.
But the whole idea, though, is that eventually this will become another assistive device. It's not meant to replace a wheelchair, because there's still some things that a wheelchair can do that these obviously can't.
Can't roll down the street with it.
Exactly. And the speed, once again. This is meant just so if you want to, reach your kitchen sink, that sort of thing.
Now what about stuff like, how are we talking, have we not seen things where we have the prosthetic limb, whatever it is, patched into the nervous system using an electronic reader?
Yes, we have. There's new ways of doing it.
And do you think that's going to be able to be
with
moved into
devices like this, especially, yes.
Okay.
All we need to do is find a way of getting force feedback on legs, because if you think about it, the only reason why we can stand is because we can feel the bottom of our feet. We can feel the way our legs are moving and the way our feet hit the ground. So there's a lot of sensors in the bottom of your feet, so you know how to balance yourself.
Cool.
But, yes, short answer, I could see this eventually becoming integrated.
Okay.
Because anything's possible. It's getting really neat.
And man, those robots, I was watching a whole day. I was sitting on YouTube and I was watching robot stuff. And it was mind-blowing.
Yep.
Because they had guys and they're like running and stuff. And I was like, I want an Osmo pair of legs. Because you don't have to shave them. And, I hate when summer comes and you got to get the bikini line. Where do you stop? It's awkward. Anyway.
I just go to a professional.
It's cheaper and you don't have to make the decisions. I like it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway.
So that's it for Mad Science. And although this seems like the lull of the week, that's coming up next.
It's that time. it's lull of the week, and well, because the Sharktopus was just so ridiculous
And awesome.
and awesome, and by and large funny because of those two factors, we've decided that it's the lull of the week this week. I can't explain this to you better than, again, it's a shark and an octopus.
Together at
together.
last.
This is a shark head. This is the it's like this. I can't, it's...
You're doing it wrong.
Whatever, they're doing it wrong. It's... Just watch the clip.
Yep.
I hope you understand the gravity of that situation. There's a shark, and
I'm sorry I released it to the ocean.
I think I have to go cry somewhere.
It's okay, because
Tears of pain.
our show is over now. It's okay.
Hey, you know what happens at the end of the show? We tell you how you can reach us, which you can hit us up on Twitter at almost_Friday. Or you can send us an email, because we do that these days. The stuff with the typing and the computers and tubes, but not really. If you do want to reach us by email, don't use a tube, but instead send us some email at contact@almostfridayshow.com, because that's the best way to get a hold of us for the most part.
Or
smoke signals. Those
smoke
work
signals,
too.
totally.
We're always on the lookout for smoke signals.
Mm-hmm.
And the farther away you are, the more points we'll give you in our arbitrary grading scale of smoke signal pointage. Start now or something. So until next time, don't go in the water, because there's really messed up stuff in there.
I blame Sean.
That's the new intro. Photography.